Yeah.
When the Jews were freed from the Egyptians,
Yeah.
God sent pizza in the desert. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
yeah. It's manna.
That's one of the
Yeah.
most sacrilegious things I think I've ever said in my life.
Well, I bet you hit all those points.
Because pizza never feels like it fills you up. You see what I'm saying? That is the most interesting thing about pizza to me.
It's true, but I think pizza is for someone who likes eating, it hits all the groups.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cheese,
yeah,
sauce, and bread.
And
like,
bread.
Those are the things that,
make up life, honestly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Right in the Bible, when the Jews were freed from the Egyptians,
yeah,
God sent pizza in the desert. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
yeah. It's manna.
That's one of the most sacrilegious things I think I've ever said in my life.
Well, I bet you hit all those points.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, and I mean, and even cheese, right? If you look at cheese, we just gotta. It's like you can make little changes, and this is all coming from, for people who don't know, someone who did lose a lot of weight, who I know how to do it.
Yeah.
I know that there's you can tweak changes and it'll cut 1,000 calories of your intake in a week.
Yeah.
Just little stuff. Do you have to have cheese on everything? No.
Yeah. No. Yeah,
no, right?
Yeah.
So if I have, all right, when we talk about, let's for an example, when we were younger and we were kind of more reckless, like college years.
Yeah.
We were going to either McDonald's or Wendy's every day on a $1 menu.
Yeah. Or bacon, egg, and cheese on the long roll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway,
Eppies,
right? Yeah, Eppies food truck. Holla at him.
So if
those chicken fingers were something different, them chicken fingers was hating. Let's be real. But go ahead. I'm sorry. This is not about Eppies.
Yeah. But the thing is, if I'm eating 2 junior bacons, 2 double cheeseburgers, right? And I'm taking the cheese, a slice of cheese is about 100 calories. Right? So a double cheeseburger, you eat 2 double cheeseburgers, you ate 400 calories worth of cheese because they put 2 slices on them. Right? You do that every day, bro. Now if you cut that, you're going to see a thing. And not only that, but the more I'm learning, it's just that we're not supposed to be eating cheese like that.
Dairy is horrible for us.
Listen, dairy go ahead, dairy sets our body off in insane thing, with some effects, some serious side effects.
Listen, dairy, the first thing you'll notice when you cut dairy, or like you, Fred, or anybody out there who decides to cut dairy, because I cut dairy years ago. I'll still fall apart and fuck up a pizza, no question, and I regret it. As today, I played with Dominic and his son, and usually I am the best basketball player on that court, and they trashed me today. Why? Because I had cheese yesterday, and what does cheese do? Well, the first thing you notice is cheese causes inflammation in your body.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And all those joints that were hurting a little bit less going to hurt a little bit more when you wake up the next day from cheese. Your body is going to feel you're going to feel it in your stomach. Dairy is one of the worst things you can probably consume. We're not meant to eat dairy. Our body, every single person to a degree is lactose intolerant, and it's just degrees of how severe that is for you. You know what I mean? If you're eating cheese your whole life, you're a little bit lactose intolerant than other people, but it's not going to burn naturally for us. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. And that's the thing. Those type of things, those are all little things that you could do. I realized and that deli meat is not the healthiest thing because it's high in sodium.
Yep.
But when I was losing weight, I cut the cheese out of a sandwich, and I realized I still enjoy the sandwich because the deli meat has flavor.
Correct. Yeah.
So then you put
mayo or not mayo,
whatever.
I'm sorry, but you can go mustard, for example. That'll give you the because what cheese gives you is a little bit of moisture.
Yeah.
It cuts the dryness. So you put a little a mustard, it can cut the dryness for it.
Yeah, you put a little, like, some sort of sauce. And the thing is, you got to remember, you know, there's people, you know, me included, like, if I eat a turkey hoagie, I'm putting mayonnaise and cheese. So
cut 150, 200 calories right there out of that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, most that, like a large hoagie, what uses at least 2-3 slices of cheese.
Yeah.
Right, and then the mayonnaise is high in calories. You know, so you're doing, and really, it's not like the mayonnaise is what's satisfying. Right, it's giving it flavor. So finding out things that can give it,
correct, that can replace it. Yeah,
you know. So those were the things I was doing, but now there's just a constant putting off of what I need to do.
Yeah.
You know, a constant putting off, like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. And I think part of it is the cycle of the bad habit of how you feel, right? So you're like, that even just daunting to me to, like, eat good tomorrow.
If anyone wants to give me credit for anything, listen, I'm more than willing to take any credit you want to give me.
Yeah.
However, the best credit that I think I'll ever give myself, because, you know, I don't like to give myself a whole lot of credit, but the credit I'll give myself, that's the best. The most bravest thing I did was to start going to the gym, because to your point about the vicious cycle, when you're as big as I was, especially, and I can't speak for everybody else, because for me, it was a twofold thing. It was being 500 pounds, but also being 6'4". That means when I walk into a room, I am the most noticeable figure in that room, or in the vicinity of anywhere we go, unless Joel Embiid shows up. And I'm very much aware of it. This is where my social anxiety comes from, which is a thing.
You're even hypersensitive to it.
Hypersensitive to it. This is also why I'm very good to give myself a little bit of credit. This is why I'm very good at being able to read a room, being sensitive to other people's feelings and how other people feel, because I'm hyper aware to what everyone thinks because of my own social anxiety. So when I had to start going to the gym, I had to I essentially would just avoid the mirrors. Do not look at the mirrors at any cost. Right. Because I don't even want to see myself here. I want to convince myself that I'm not even here, because the vicious cycle is you eat bad for me. And this is going to be for other people too who have self-esteem issues. Which self-esteem and being fat, hand in hand.
Yep.
You eat bad, your body dysmorphia goes off, right? You eat bad, you feel bad, right? You feel poorly. You think you look fatter than you probably look. Anytime I eat bad, I think when I look in the mirror, not that I see the person I was 2 years ago, but I can't see the progress anymore. I think I've gained all the weight back now.
But it's a reminder of that person.
It's exactly right. Exactly.
You went to the person that you didn't like.
That I didn't like. So the body dysmorphia kicks off, and now I don't want to go to the gym because I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? But now if I don't go to the gym, the vicious cycle, because like I said earlier, I was replacing the gym with an addiction. So I got addicted to the gym. Well, if I don't go to the gym, what am I going to fill this addiction with? With food. And now I'm back here again. So now I've eaten bad again. The body dysmorphia, all that. I'm not going to the gym, back to eating food again, right? And you go into this vicious cycle, and that's what happens. At some point, you have to break this, and you have to leave. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going to fucking kill yourself. That's the vicious cycle. You don't want to go outside. This was the thing about my 600-pound life that really had affected me, was just like them, I didn't want to leave the house anymore. But the more I stayed home, the more I ate. And as I gain more weight, the less I want to leave the house. You feel me? And it's that vicious fucking cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
That
like,
becomes impossible to break.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like the thing, like I noticed, like I have anxiety, like almost kind of like an anxiety, or just like a shame, like because like when I go. I remember, the thing is, I got a taste, right? When I lost all that weight, I think I got down to 230, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were an athlete at that time. No
I think I was even a large, you know? And
I
actually weighed less. I actually weighed less than when I was playing football.
Yeah, I believe that.
So, I think you know, I think I realized like the freedom, how I felt, the confidence, you know, I look good, like, you know, knowing, you know, when you look good, when you feel like you look good, it's like nothing, like nobody could tell you anything, right?
Yeah.
And I remember going to the beach and being able to take my shirt off and be feeling fine. Not that I was six packed up, but I wasn't fat.
Yeah, you
anymore.
felt
Like
fine
I
about
wasn't
it.
like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. So now
You
I'm
were
getting
2C
this.
thick. You were 2C thick is what you
Yeah,
were.
yeah,
You
yeah,
were
yeah,
two
yeah.
C's. Yeah.
A thick boy, thick boy. So like now I go like, you know, I was I go we went to the beach, you know, like maybe 2 or 3 times already. And you know, I went on with my shirt.
Of course.
And I was like you know, and the kids are like, take your shirt off. I'm like, chill.
Yeah.
You know what I,
You don't get it.
yeah. And so like it's this anxiety and like also like a shame. You're like,
Yeah.
yo, I messed up. And then what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go grab 2 slices to
I'm
make
gonna
me
go
feel
eat to
better.
make you feel something better. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's those things like finding clothes, right? I remember when, you know, I lost the weight, you know, clothes, man, it was so nice finding clothes my size. Like they even look better. And we talked about this before, that when you're big, it's harder to look to be like fashionable.
Yeah.
Or you know, fashionable on a budget,
Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah, because
or
you can go to Big
comfortable.
and Tall. You can go to Big and Tall, but Big and Tall gouges. They price
Yeah.
gouge this shit out of you. It's one
Yeah,
of the most
exactly.
expensive
For
places you can
no
buy
name.
clothes.
For no
Correct.
name.
Because
You know,
they know
for
that you're so limited to options.
yeah,
You don't have options.
exactly. You go to Big and Tall, they got a Panama Jack
Yeah.
button-down shirt that's $75.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up.
But it's the only thing that fits you.
This
And
is
now
like
you're,
something my dad would wear,
yeah.
right? So, though, you know, I think that's what you realize that. Now, I think one of the things, and we talked about this, like, I feel like when it comes to, like, when it comes to women, that it's easier to dress, you know, because they have plenty of stores. Like, there's sections in the store for women. Men don't have that.
Yeah, there's options like Lane Bryant and a bunch of other stores. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to like today, like this week, I bought clothes, right? Because and this was actually we talked about this, I think, in texting, right? Because you know, Kayla was just like, yo, like ever since you started gaining weight, you really like kind of stopped trying to dress, you know, because you know you're just wear anything that's you know
that
like
fits.
And then you're like, and then not only that, but then like you don't wear the stuff you have because it's tighter, and then you say, oh well, I don't want to go up to the next size.
Correct.
Right. So like I feel like if I don't have any clothes, it'll force me, but it hasn't.
No.
Right. So she encouraged me. She's like, yo, get clothes. You know, you can always buy clothes and get rid of the clothes you have. Like so. Until you start losing weight, you know, put those clothes, you know, guess what, so, you know, when shopping or whatever. But what you'll realize is there's not that many stores that offer big sizes.
Nope.
Anything past a 3X.
Nope.
You know, or even 3X in a lot of stores is not there.
Yep.
Most stores are going to have at the biggest a 2X.
Yep.
Right. And there has never been a time, especially when I was, I won't even put it this way. I won't even go to the mall.
No. Nope.
That's pointless, right? Because they're not going to have my size, right? So, but you know, and not only that, but then the stuff that you get doesn't look good, right? But I'll see like big chicks wearing the nice, you know, like really nice clothes, dresses. Like I'm like, yo, like they have. And again, we talked about this. I went to go to Target. Yeah. Go to Target. In Target, and it was like, and I think when I make my YouTube, you know, and I vlog, I'm gonna go. It is like, and I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, right? But you can look. I remember standing in Target and looking to my right in the women's section, and they have all shapes and sizes, big chicks, skinny chicks, like in their pictures, older and later. You look to your left, the dudes we're still doing the same thing.
It's just jacked. Correct.
Jacked, good-looking dudes, right?
Yeah.
Which to me, like, that doesn't offend me because I know this size is not.
Yeah.
I don't feel good in this size.
Correct.
Like,
correct.
Even if I think, even if I look good, I wouldn't feel good, right?
Correct.
And so some people that I guess they're big and they're not getting the pains that we got when we were big, know. So I don't know what that is, I think there's part of it where it's like people as a whole, we should love them regardless.
Yeah.
But like to me, I know what I think looks good at me, when my people are hanging over my belt.
Yeah.
There's all types of stuff going on. Like people don't, it's, spinning, people who aren't fat don't realize, like, wearing a belt. Like, I don't know if you ever had, like, I know, like, when I wear a belt, like, it rubs against my, my stomach, and it's like, it hurts, like now, I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I'm like in pain for the dumbest stuff, for putting on a belt.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. So
you know what? Hold on to that, because I think we're gonna have after this is done. Let's finish this. Finish this high level discussion, and then we're gonna do. I just got an idea. I just got a banging ass idea.
Okay, got you.
All right. So to your point though, to take it back to the thing about cutting out cheese. Yeah. My breakfast, I replace cheese. I don't do a lot of dairy. I replace cheese with I add like onions and spinach I'll make a scrambled eggs with onions, spinach, and stuff like that. No cheese, right? Because to your point, cheese, that's just adding like another 80 to 100 calories. If you could do shredded, if you can't get rid of cheese, do shredded cheese and go light, right? Go light on the amount of shredded cheese you're going to sprinkle on that, because then you'll get a sparser area, area covered with cheese, right? So you'll get the flavor and more bites, but not have as much cheese on the actual.
Yeah, and for real, honestly, like, if you're gonna do that, then it's like, what's
the point?
Something else, right?
But that's the point. But start there. You'll see how stupid this is, that you're addicted to this cheese, and the next step will be getting rid of cheese.
Yeah. And it's hard, man. I love cheese. Like, we get, like, for the kids, we get like string cheese. Yeah, I pass like 2-3 of them things a day.
Listen, string cheese has a good place. If you have a healthy relationship with food, string cheese has good protein and stuff like that. It can be a good option for you.
But, like a hit. But it's all you need. It's a hit, not hits.
Exactly right. Exactly right. For us, we eat the string cheese, and then all of a sudden we take this, we get an idea, and we say, you know what I can do with this string cheese? Hold on, let me go grab this stick of bologna and that bun of bread over there, and now I have a sandwich around the string cheese.
Or basically, it's not a string, it's a rope cheese.
Yeah.
Right? Because you put with the amount of cheese sticks that you consume, it has now become a rope.
Yeah.
And you could dangle off the side.
You have Wonder Woman's lasso. You're just sitting there swinging a lasso of cheese. You know what I
mean?
Right. Or again, for me, so to that point, I do think there's value in maybe doing this even weekly, and we can come up with an idea, because when I started losing weight, and listen, I want to be clear about my struggles with the bulimia thing. This just happened, and a lot of it has to do with the pandemic and how I've been struggling with my mental health to manage it. Because this really started over the last 6 months, I would say, as my environment changed, that maybe the last 10 months or so since I moved into this apartment, I think. As my environment changed, I've been having trouble adapting to that. But before that, it was just kicking ass. You know what I mean? And listen, again, I'm still losing weight. I'm killing it. You know what I mean? I am, again, I might be in my best shape, arguably, not at my lightest, but in terms of my core and things I can do, push-ups and sit-ups and all the type of shit that I can do, body weight type exercises, lunges and fucking burpees, I can do all of that. You know what I mean? So there are small changes you can make. Okay, small changes to start with. That's how I started, was I need to start making small changes. And the first change I think I did was that no matter what, I was not going to do fast food, no matter what. I can go home and fuck up still. If I go home and fuck up, I'll eat that. Because the one thing you'll learn pretty early on about losing weight, and that's going to be my advice for this week. The one thing you learn pretty on about losing weight is when you go get fast food, any number you say on that menu, you're walking away with about 1,500 calories.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? No matter what number you say. And do you know how hard it is to get 1,500 calories from your pantry at home?
Yeah.
It takes efforts. The amount of effort it takes, if you make, listen, for the Puerto Ricans out there, you make a pot of rice, beans, chicken, or pork chops. Do you know how hard it's going to get to 1,500 calories? That's going to be 2 healthy-sized servings of food to get to 1,500 calories that you would never typically eat. You feel me? So guess what? If your choice is to eat a pretty healthy bowl of food that is culturally appropriate to you, right? And white rice has to go, be clear. But if your choice is to do white rice, beans, pork chops, and a little side salad, and you're going to rock with that, no matter what, hands down, even if you manage to have more calories of that, is better than whatever you're going to get at McDonald's, better than whatever you're going to get at Burger King.
Yeah.
Calories is not the only measure to lose weight. And that's if you look at, but how many athletes do you know out there do macros?
Yeah.
Right? Or that's why there's Atkins. Atkins tells you, fuck the calories. It's about carbs, right? There's more ways to skin a cat. Calories is not the only way. There's a difference between healthy calories and unhealthy calories, where you can still lose weight by eating 2,000 calories a day, but these 2,000 calories give you all of the nutrients your body needs to promote weight loss, to promote muscle, to promote how you feel, whereas 2,000 calories from McDonald's, you're going to fucking feel like ass, and those 2,000 calories are going to alter your chemistry and turn into 4,000 calories later. So,
you know, the thing is, with that, when you say that's the thing, and you have to realize there's certain foods that you can't eat without other things, right? So if you want ground beef, nobody just eats ground beef.
Yeah, like a cereal.
Yeah, you don't eat it like a cereal. It has to be in a burger, which then adds this, then it adds that. You could have a salad, and you could put a protein on there, but it's called a salad, right? Correct. It's not called a chicken. The other way around, you can't consider it a salad. The ratio. I think and when I was in it, when I was like rocking, I think that was a big thing, and I'm not sure if enough people, like when they are trying to lose weight, if they look at their food and their nutrition as something like, okay, like every item I grab from that fridge is going to help me to do this. It's going to help me to do that. Almost like, Popeye, right? That spinach gave him the, muscle. So being like, oh, this is going to help me with this, because what we end up doing, especially as a society, is we want to take like pills, right? Like vitamins, right? And to get these nutrients, a lot of times you could get that from your food.
Yeah.
Right. And so knowing, hey, if I eat this healthy thing, this is going to help me with my eyes. This is going to help me with, all these things. And I think that's a better, if I grab a Whopper, it's not going to help me.
Yeah.
Correct. It's only going to satisfy my taste buds for a little bit.
Correct. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, and when you talk about calories, I know unhealthy, very, very, unhealthy vegetarians, right? All they do is not eat meat.
Yeah.
Right. So then, one girl I knew, she was eating, like, for her lunch, she was eating chips and M&Ms. You know what I mean? Like, so
I love M&Ms. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, M&Ms are slamming with peanuts. The
only way to eat them. Only way to eat them.
If you eat them plain ones, you're a savage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're just eating drops of chocolate.
Raindrops.
Yeah, you just please drip this chocolate in my mouth. It's a chocolate fountain with
yeah. It's
candy
horrendous.
shell. Put a peanut in that bitch. All right.
Yeah.
Or an almond.
You don't know the disappointment when someone say, "Hey, do you want some M&Ms?" and you look and it's the brown bag.
Bro, I have disappointed people. Where I'm no, never mind. I'm good. I thought you said M&Ms.
Yeah.
These are M&Ms. No, they're not. Go off though.
Yeah.
I'll go get some sixlets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So so like the
That's the
thing is
last
like
time you've seen a sixlet anyway.
sixlet. Yeah, I never seen a sixlet like a regular size. You know, it's always like kids. You know, the little.
Oh, you never saw like the big tubes.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I fired them
No.
joints to my mouth. It's like a 6-shooter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be a barrel this long. You know what I mean? Just shooting them in my mouth.
Take
But
20 to the head.
yeah,
Yeah, no, so
easy.
yeah, man.
Hollow
Like I
point.
think
Yeah.
it's one of those things where, you know, learning how to eat, nutrition, you know, finding what was good for you, like those are the things. And then it's like you just got to get the habit, man. Like if you go 2 weeks and you can feel the result and whatnot, are you going back to the gym?
I might not, because I've figured it out. And I don't have value in the gym anymore because there's no basketball court. That became the reason I was going to the
Also, they
gym.
closed the basketball court.
No court open. So I've been going to the court in the morning. Then I come home and I do like this banging ass core workout, and I kind of enjoy it more. You know what I mean? So eventually I will. But the point, but to the point, to your point, if you take anything away from this today, right? So if you're a person who wants to lose weight, Fred, you want to lose weight. So this would be my advice to you, right? Is no matter what you do, fight for your life to just leave. Fuck your diet for a second, right? This is for everybody. Let's not, because losing weight, and let me give you another example real quick before we get off of here. One of the early things when I started losing weight, one of the early choices, and listen, I'm not the most successful person at losing weight, but I promise you I've lost more weight than everybody else in the world. You know what I mean? If you took all the weight that I've lost in my life, you're talking about I got 1,000 pounds of weight.
Yeah, it's true.
An obscene amount of weight, truckloads of weight I've lost and then gained back subsequently. But this time is the permanent time. And it has been, I mean, it's been 3 years now that I've been doing this, and it's going to be forever. You know what I mean? This is going to be the battle forever. When I decided to start losing weight, I knew that a diet wasn't an actual option. If you're overweight and you're struggling with eating, okay, in my opinion, how do you expect to go from being a person who finds it acceptable for yourself to go to Burger King, get a number 6 plus 10 nuggets and a pie and go home, and now tomorrow you think you're about to go do Atkins, or you're going to go do keto, or you're going to do South Beach, or you're going to do Jenny Craig, or you're going to do one of these crazy extreme diets where you're going to have to make extreme sacrifices. Do you honestly think that's going to be the way that you're going to get to, for like a weight loss for your foreseeable life? You're going to be able to make healthy decisions. I do know some people who've done Atkins. There's a dude I go to the gym with who was in the NFL, but the difference is this person has been healthy his whole life, and he decided he made at a healthy place in his life. He said he was going to cut carbs, and he's essentially been doing Atkins for his entire life. You know what I mean? And when you look at his body, you see it. He has a body that doesn't have an ounce of fat on it, essentially. You know what I mean? But if you're fat and you're struggling eating food, a diet is not a choice. It's about making small, sustainable decisions. So my opinion would be, hey, fuck these diets for a second. Fuck altering your diet. Fuck going out and spending hundreds of dollars to change how you're going to eat. Okay? Fight for your life to not eat fast food. That's going to be the decision you need to make.
Yeah, it's 100%.
If you can get over that first hurdle, the next hurdle will come a little bit easier, because that's what I did. I had given up soda years ago, but that was an early hurdle. No matter what, I will not drink soda anymore. No more soda. Then it was fight for my life to give up fast food. Fight. If you can give that up, your quality of life will improve tenfold, because your food will no longer, to what you were saying, we need to stop we look at food as a substance to make us happy, right? It rewards us. It becomes a reward for us. So when you eat that food, it gives you that instant hit, but it gives you the instant down right after. And now you're searching for the hit again. And that's how that 2,000 calories at Burger King turns into another 2,000 calories later, because you had the number 6 at work, especially. This is the problem, right? When you're working, commuting, you were at work, you ate lunch, But now it didn't sustain, right? You ate that lunch at 12, by 1:30, you're feeding for some other shit. Yeah. And then 9 times out of 10, somebody gets a cup of coffee, put sugar in it. Now your blood sugar is spiking higher. Now you're feeding for more shit. That's why you end up on the way home stopping and getting something else that's going to give you another hit. Fight for your life to give up fast food. That would be the thing I say take away today.
No, that's true. That you 100% hit it on the head, because when I lost my weight, that's what I did. Like, I almost had like a running total of what, I did. And then like when I did eat fast food, it was like literally it'd be like one hamburger. And it was just something like if I was just starving and I needed like something quick.
You used it truly for what it was almost intended was. I need a quick meal because I'm going from here to here and I need to get some calories in me to burn. You know what I mean?
And when you think about it, like I already know all the calories, right?
Yeah.
So and again, it's not just about calories, but
of course,
when someone who was when you're so big, it's part of it's because you're consuming more calories than what you're doing. And so, a hamburger is like, I think 230 calories maybe.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a lot. Like that little patty of meat, meat doesn't have a ton of calories.
Yeah. And then,
and it's the bun.
Correct.
Right. The bun has, I think the patty is like 80 calories.
The bun is probably 2/3 of the calories.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, exactly. So when you start learning that, and I think one of the things, again, you're 100% right. Most people are fat because of fast food. And I would bet, I think that advice, 90% of the people who are fat, at least in the United States, is because of fast food.
That will be the thing that changes your life. Yeah,
exactly. So that's like, you hit the nail right on the head with that one. And then, going back to like, when it talks about the diets, the dieting and stuff, I think one of the things is people are trying to, because I've been considering whether doing, keto for a little bit, but I think one of the reasons that I think before I was with keto, I would do keto because I thought I could still eat excessively.
Yes.
And lose weight.
Yep.
So I didn't want to really change my habit. I just wanted to change what I was eating.
1,000,000%.
So, but I think with the way I'm looking at keto for some of the other things that it does. And not even just the burning of the calories. There's some other stuff that can help you. Right?
Listen, if you're pre-diabetic, keto will 100% take you out of that stasis. You know what I mean?
No, and that's I think I'm pre-diabetic. So if I can get there and do that, I think that'll be the first thing. Do you remember the movie? Of course you know this movie. Remember the Titans?
Oh yeah, Remember the Titans. Yeah.
The big fat dude. He
lost so much fucking weight. Oh my God, he's a different human being.
Yeah. So he actually has a podcast, but I was like listening to his story, and he
he's jacked.
He was huge.
Like he's jacked now. You know what I mean?
He's jacked. And one of the things that he knew, he wanted to build muscle mass, and whatnot. But basically what he did. Oh, Ethan Suplee. That's his name.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was either diabetic or he was pre-diabetic. I mean, he was huge though.
Yeah.
And so when he got on he used keto to get him out of that.
Correct.
And now he's like kind of phased out of there.
Yeah.
And then it's just part of the process.
Correct.
Right. So he wanted to take care of a lot of get those levels.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And now he's trying to bodybuild. Correct. But again, you're when you're bodybuilding, you have to know that you're bringing in the right calories. So it's just knowing. And I think right now I don't have the mindset to try to figure out how I'm going to build body mass with with this. Right now I just gotta lose weight and I gotta get on a good thing. And I think that's what he did. He just said I started simple.
Yes.
And then then I started reaching these goals. And then I was like, okay, now I want to build mass.
Correct.
And lose my body fat. And he said basically I have to trick my body. Because the thing is the way you build
I read
mass,
this exact article about this. Yeah, go ahead.
The way you build muscle is you need calories. But he can't eat a lot of calories because he doesn't want to gain a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So it's like figuring out how to eat food that still tricks your body.
Correct.
That allows it to build the muscle, but then it's not starving itself. You're not gaining fat because you're eating all this food. Yeah. So, but that comes step by step. That comes like, when you start off simple, you start losing, then you start getting more into it.
No, I think on next week's episode, we'll talk about working out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And some of the misconceptions that go around that in terms of losing weight. But for right now, listen, to your point, what he said, whatever you got to do, if you think you can convince yourself to do it, then do it.
Yeah.
The point is, start small, is what I'm saying. Make the small changes you can make, because it is what you're doing. When I last year had posted a picture that was like, hey, 2 years since this day, right?
Yeah.
And I hashtagged it moving mountains, because that's what you're doing. You're moving a mountain. And the way you're going to start moving the mountain is with pebbles, right? You're going to start moving small pebbles out of the way before you can start making big chunks, right? It's like a landslide. It's going to start with the small rocks, right? And as you start moving these small pebbles out of your way and seeing yourself be successful, you start convincing yourself about the bigger rocks that you can move. And then you start moving those out of the way, right? And then before you know it, you've moved the entire mountain out of your way, right? And that's how you're going to start. Small wins, cut fast food. That's a big thing, but that's the only thing to focus on. Go home and eat some shit. If you want to binge eat, go binge eat at home. And you're going to realize you're not going to be able to binge eat at home because those foods don't chemically give you the same response that fast food gives you. You won't have the want to.
Or the effort.
Correct. Or the effort to do it.
Right. No, because like fast food, you literally get your order and you get a home meal within minutes.
Correct.
If you want
to me, they ask me to pull around every single time, but go ahead.
Why? Because you asked for a chicken sandwich?
Maybe that's it.
This is how I'm fat, right? Or like we're about that life.
Yeah.
Right? If you order a chicken sandwich from Burger King, they will ask you to pull around. Because I don't know what is the difference. I know their stuff. I know what takes long, and I'm like, I already know you're gonna ask me to pull up. Yeah. Pull to the next one, or if you order breakfast, at McDonald's after, it's like they gotta fire up a whole nother kitchen.
If you hit it at 10:30, just know you. You mean like they're all day breakfast? If you want a bacon, egg, and cheese on a biscuit, you finna wait like an hour for that bitch. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna get it to you. They're gonna get it to you.
Yeah.
But they're not finna. It's gonna take a while, or it's gonna taste like a fucking quarter pounder. Is what it's gonna taste like. Why does this egg taste like a burger to me?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you already know those little things, man.
Yeah.
But it's 100% true, man. You got I think that's what figuring out, like just simple things, and then you just add a little bit. And the biggest thing you could do is see results, and then let that motivate you.
For sure.
And the thing is, right now I have too many excuses.
Mm-hmm.
That I have enough excuses now that the difference is I lost that weight when I was single.
Yeah.
Right. So what ends up happening is when you're busy with kids and things like that, you don't really concentrate on yourself.
Correct.
And you're doing things, you're running around, and you're when the kids go to sleep, I'm finally like, okay, now I can relax, and that's when I start snacking and all that.
Part of the relaxing is the good feeling of eating food.
Right, watching TV and having to eat food. Having to eat food.
We're gonna save that for another podcast, because I do want to talk about it. That's a great point. Yep. All right. I'm going to put you on the spot, Fred. What's a change you're going to make this week before next week's podcast? Just make one small
I'll do the
change.
fast food.
The fast food, bet. I'm going to not eat any fast food. I'm going out later today, which is a big trigger for me for fast food. Okay, when I go out and have a couple drinks, I'm feeling it. I'm finna go get some chicken from somewhere. You know what I mean? I want breaded chicken from any fast food spot. No fast food. We'll come back next week. We'll talk about this again. Anything you want to say before we're done this episode of Keeping the Same Energy Weight Loss Edition?
No. Well, well, I'm working on something. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I like to hear that. All right, let me, everyone wash your hands. No fast food. Whatever you do this week, fight for your, this is what this is. You're fighting for your life. If you're trying to lose weight, especially if you're obese, you're fighting for your life. Make the change this week is fight for no fast food. That's what we're going to fight for this week. Stay safe out there, everybody. Fred, say goodbye.
Peace.
And sometimes I gotta coach. And sometimes I gotta, and sometimes